everybody, and welcome to another episode of Puck Witches, a Vibes-based podcast where we yap about all things hockey. Today is February 14th, 2026. I'm your host, Champ, and this is my partner in crime, Saint. Saint, how you doing?
Happy Valentine's Day!
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Well, as always, we have a lot to discuss this episode, so let's jump right into it. Saint, we gotta talk about it.
Talk about what? Because I don't know anything that's happened this week, guys. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This is... Everything's news to me. I haven't been able to pay attention to hockey at all.
You know, this is actually going to be interesting because you'll get the rawest emotions from you this episode.
Yeah, like, it'll be my genuine reaction of, like, me flipping my shit.
I haven't watched a full hockey game since last Thursday, and it's driving me batshit. I'm not ready for off season. We're almost done with the season, like the normal season.
Shut up. I'll lose my mind. I'm
not okay. Like, not okay. So,
no. Yeah,
so Olympics is on. Congratulations to everybody that made it. So exciting. Can't watch it because I don't have Peacock, but Saint just gave it to me, so that's going to be great. But I have been paying attention, whereas you have been dealing with real life stuff, so I can kind of give you a breakdown of what's going on.
My life is a disaster at all times.
Yeah.
It's just the degree of which it's a disaster.
This one was a scheduled disaster.
You can kind of almost read it, yeah, except for the part where it was an extra 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can kind of base how everything's going by how much hockey I'm able to watch.
Yeah.
And so me not being able to watch hockey,
not great.
Means it was pretty rough. Yeah, so anyways.
The first thing we're going to talk about, and I know we've talked a little bit about this because you know a little bit about it, is the Kevin Fiala injury in the Olympics.
Yes, you sent it to me, and I full body flinched.
Yeah. We can't show anything. We'll talk a little bit about that, but unlike our normal podcasts, we can't show anything because the Olympic NBC, whatever, IIHF is really strict.
IIHF, whatever, they choke on a dick.
Yep.
I hate them so much.
Yep.
Whatever.
So Kevin Fiala got hit by Tom Wilson, which... I mean, we did kind of see this coming. He's a big boy. I don't think this was intentional. I saw the actual
It was
clip.
a fine hit.
Yeah.
Everyone bitching about it is dumb.
Actually, it didn't look like that bad of a hit in the first place.
It wasn't. It was just, I think, the angle, the angle, and then like I don't know until they break it down, but like from the one view that I saw, it looked more like also that they fell awkwardly.
Yeah.
Like together.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was it, but that would have been, I would say, either the initial impact was just a weird angle or the angle at which they fell.
Yeah.
Caused it.
And it was a classic board hit. Because of that, Kevin Fiala has a lower leg injury, and there is one picture that I will be showing right here, where his legs should not move like that. Your leg should not go that way. And I showed it to my husband, and he went, "Oh, that's fine." I said, "No. As you can see, his hip is not angled." And he went, "Oh, dear God."
He's like, "Yeah, your legs is fine." It's like, no. Actually.
So he will be out for the rest of the tournament. I hate that for him. Even if he is an
He's
LA
out for the
King.
season.
He's probably out for the season. Oh, did Friedman say that? Yeah.
Friedman said this is season ending. He's done. He will not be in playoffs. He will not be.
I mean, your leg don't move like that. Well, they're not going to go to playoffs anyways. So, not great. I hate that for him because it was his last time to play with Anze Kopitar. You know, because Kopitar's retiring.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even realize that. That sucks.
Yeah. So, and I don't want anybody to get hurt at the tournament. It's the same thing with the IIHF. They don't want anybody to get hurt. But do you think that the NHL will cut back on playing in the Olympics after an injury like this?
I think Bettman is Malden-Coping seething, and the players have basically put their foot down and said, "No, you have to let us play.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna fucking riot. Like, we will put this in the CBA." Because that was the big thing, is the players were like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Because especially because it was before Four Nations was a thing. Unless, like, they were sick of it. They're like, "Dude, this is and even with Four Nations being a thing, most players like Dry, he can't go
to Four Nations
because there's only 4 fucking nations.
Yeah.
The Olympics, it's everybody who has a team. And like, I just don't, I get the concern where it's like the NHL, it's whatever. NHL, if you were worried about marketing your sport and like making your sport more popular or whatever, you could like take some notes for how the games are being run, like, you know, the puck dropping.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That it's supposed to drop, or like not having gambling ads every 5 fucking seconds on all of my broadcasts and on the boards.
Like, the camera angles are fantastic.
Yo, what's with the camera angles? I only saw a few clips.
Yeah.
But, like, I was like, "Yo, this looks sick." Like, I got to see more of the women's hockey than I
Yeah.
did the men's hockey, and the angles were so good!
Yeah. Well,
So
they did
good!
it in the end of Four Nations last year where they had ref cams.
Yeah,
And
like
I thought that was just really unique. Also, they had, like, in between breaks, they had people get on the ice and filming with a over-the-shoulder camera. Like, why aren't we doing that for games? I guess maybe it's because it's difficult to find that many people for each individual game.
I guess
Um,
but at least for playoffs then, like, that should be playoffs then.
I think
Like,
that, and like, that's personal. Like, that's a very personal preference because I want to see up and close and have that enjoyment. Like, I think that's great. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Bettman is going to be pissed, and I do think that the NHL players will push back against it. I did see that people were upset. Russian players specifically were upset that they don't get to play. To which I say, tell your fucking president to get his act together or get out of office, and then we'll have a conversation. Stop invading
also
Ukraine. Stop being a piece of shit.
Yeah, like, we should also probably be not
We should also probably be not, like, we're not having LA. Like, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, like, also, I'm sorry, I know that's not why that they were, like, not allowed to compete, but the constant doping scandals probably had a little bit of, like, baby.
But I will agree. I will agree
that
it's not best on best hockey. But then, what are you gonna do?
Someone pointed out even before this, they had prime Ovechkin and Malkin, and they still didn't place.
Yeah.
So I really don't like. As someone said, like, would they really be that much of a competitor, like over, say, Sweden and Finland, or over, like,
I think currently
another
yes,
team?
because they've got a shit ton of incredible top tier players.
Maybe right now,
Maybe
but
right
I think
now.
like maybe the last Olympics, I don't know if it would have been.
Yeah,
The
because
thing.
like you could think they have. Well, right now they don't, but Shesterkin and Sorokin and Panarin, Malkin, Zadorov. Like, we've got all of these incredible Russian players who would be awesome on the ice. But yeah, I'm not mad that Russia's not in it because fuck Russia. I am a little upset that we don't get to see official best on best hockey.
I just hate the hypocrisy of, like,
yes, I agree.
Like, why the fuck is the United States in there and why the fuck is Israel in there? Like, you got to be consistent on it. Like, you can't pick and choose.
Yeah.
What war crimes are cool. Like, either pick none or all. You can't do the cherry picking.
Speaking of different rules that are in the Olympic tournament, this is from the IIHF, and we kind of knew a lot of this. Physical play is called a bit differently. We knew that. They focus less on when a player is injured and more on whether the action recklessly endangered an opponent. I feel like that should be the fucking standard.
Standard, yeah. Like, because that's the thing is, like, people go, oh, well, it was a hockey play, but was it? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they don't, like, we talk about that, but the refs don't. They're like, it's not you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Safety first. If a player loses their helmet, they got to get off the ice. There's no finishing the play. I did not even realize that was a thing you can't do in hockey because the only time that we usually see helmets come off are in fights.
Yeah. Or, well, goalie. I feel like it happens more to
goalies. Yeah.
But they're like trained. I have seen.
They're like trained.
I have seen players lose. I think on the Pens.
There was a Bruins player. Do you remember that Bruins player who fucking body slammed that one kid with the puck? That's my favorite hockey clip of all time.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep.
My brain is
so good.
Completely
I know, buddy.
mush.
It's okay.
I'm trying to think of I was trying to think of the kid's name. Krug. Oh my god.
Yeah, Krug.
There we go.
Yeah,
Krug. Oh my god. I was like, I know who it is. I just could not pull the name out. All right.
We also have neck protectors, which should be mandatory already. And I talked to my dad about that this week, where I was talking about how I think that it is going to be in the next CBA where they are like making mandatory neck protectors. I think that's an up and coming rule that kids got to get used to.
What's the point if they're not like upheld? Did you see the one pasta was?
Yes. Wearing? Oh my god.
It's
like
just
it's
a strip of fabric. Like, it's so dumb. Why? Like, you cannot say that it's like intended for safety
Mm-hmm.
when I see that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Like it's just not real.
This one was interesting. The penalties don't always change the numbers. Minor penalties won't lead to 4-on-4 hockey. Instead, they stay 5-on-5, which is weird. Like if
Wait,
they happen
the
at the
point of
same
the fucking
time,
penalty, what happens?
coincidental minor penalties.
Oh,
They don't go down to 4-on-4. They stay 5-on-5.
I don't know.
I kind of like the 4-on-4.
Yeah, I feel like because like the whole point is that your guy was an idiot. And now he's in the box. Like,
Mhm.
what's the penalty? Like, I guess the penalty is that he's not playing with you on the ice. But like, because then what happens if you have because sometimes the plays are it's a 5-on-4,
Yeah.
and then 20 seconds into the power play, somebody else does something stupid, and then now you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that I like the 4-on-4. I think it's a neat way to do it. But yeah, I don't know. Just that was weird to me that I saw that and I was like, oh well, okay. Reviews and challenges, it's on the teams. The situation room will not step in under any circumstance. So if a play is challengeable, it's up to teams to make that call, even in overtime. That one is interesting because I think that a lot of coaches are hoping, especially in the NHL, are hoping that the situation room will step in right now because they don't want to go down a player, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one.
There was I don't know if you saw it, but there was it was women's hockey, and I think it was the USA game where we used USA versus Canada where USA scored. The goal was called a no goal. They reviewed it. It went back to yes, it is a goal, which I was shocked because they called it a no goal on the ice, and then it was like overturned, and then they went back to the coaches called a coach's challenge for goalie interference. They looked at it again. They said it was no goalie interference, even though she gets pushed, and so they keep the goal. So there were two challenges on the same play, and I was like, that hasn't happened since Jim Hiller fucking last playoff season.
It is definitely not something you see every day.
Yeah. So
yeah.
This one is interesting for you. Face-offs increase. The play may look different. Centers will not get kicked out of face-offs. So dry.
Like, no matter what you do,
instead violations are handled the same way as after an icing, and if the team commits a second violation on the same draw, it results in a bench minor penalty. So quite literally, if you fuck up twice, you're going to the box. Rather than taking the sweet time of settling the game down, switching the players, getting another, a face-off violation, and then switching the players again. So it's to speed up the play, I think.
Which is okay.
Dry is not getting kicked out of the face-off at all.
Every 5 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
For us.
And also around the net, refs may stop the play if an attacking player establishes a position in the goal crease. Interesting. And then overtime and shootouts, the small details matter. Teams do not change ends in overtime. They will defend the same end that they had in the third period. So, very simple. I think it's different enough for me to go, oh, okay. Like,
yeah.
All right. But it's not so different where it's, like, annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate shootouts.
I know. I think that shootouts should not be in the Olympics. I think that we should not have 3-on-3, or we should not have 3-on-3 in the Olympics because I want 5-on-5.
It should just be overtime.
Yeah.
It should just be overtime.
Go back to the playoff format.
Yeah, I guess it's maybe because in the best on best, it could be how we have in playoffs where 3 or 4 overtimes. But is anyone else using that space right now?
Yeah.
Just have it in the block.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, this one is one that you really wanted to talk about. The NHL can't stream clips of the Olympics because of such serious copyright laws.
So fucking funny. They did. First of all, congrats on the teams so far. I could be proven wrong on this. If you have found cases, please let me know. No AI was used.
Oh, I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen any AI. It was MS Paint, and then drawing and wiggling stuff. Did someone do dolls or Legos maybe or something I've just seen a bunch of different super funny, some bad Photoshop.
Yes.
And like it's just so funny.
Yeah.
However, I think that the fact that there is not like a 10-second rule for
Oh,
like
hockey
the
clips,
act
like
for
normal
hockey
copyright.
or any team sport.
Yeah.
Like these any sport where it's like these people or anything actually, why can't a player post a 10-second clip of themselves? It's
Mhm.
their fucking routine.
Yeah.
Like, or their fucking it should be a 10-second rule, don't get me wrong, of like or like they should have to sign something. But like it's not like they can't claim the copyright.
Right.
So like in YouTube, right? If what happens is someone uploads something and another person will claim the copyright on it. It's typically for music. If it doesn't fall under fair use, they get all of the revenue
Right.
from that video. So like we have to be careful when we make videos not to use copyrighted music because or even if you're doing like React videos, React content, that was like a whole legal thing
Yes.
where like you have to show transformative work. You can't just put your picture on the bottom corner and have it be like transformative work. That's not how that
Yeah,
works. You have
absolutely.
to meaningfully engage with the content to have it fall under fair use. So why? Like why is there not some kind of clause of like listen, hey, NBC is partnering like or just like the NHL has a deal of like, hey, we'll let our players play. Could we please allow 10-second clips on their Twitters? You guys can claim it. Or in that case, if they're not going to do that, then the Olympics needs to make their own fucking Twitter
Yes.
to post all of this shit because they won't do it. It'll clog. Like, there's just too much going on, and I understand it. Okay, well, then why is there not a Twitter account for each of the event categories and have,
Yes.
like, okay, here's all of hockey, all of the women's hockey, all of the men's hockey, here's the figure skating duos, or even just one thing. It could just be all hockey, all figure skating, all curling, all this. And then that way you have like direct engagement. People are gonna follow the stuff that they enjoy
That's my
as
thing.
opposed to just like I don't understand it. And then what can happen is because they're spam posting all of the clips on the categorized Twitters or whatever social media, they can do it on YouTube, have all that kind of shit. Then that stuff can be shared directly by the NHL teams
Mhm.
or by the players because they're allowed to repost it directly because it has an accredited source.
Yes. I I
So
I was
I fucking hate it. It's
I
the
was
worst thing. We
really
go through this every
annoyed
2 years.
because they were going after, like, small accounts, giving them copyright strikes, especially on stuff like Twitter, because they were screenshotting stuff and sharing it. There was a bunch of people getting, their accounts stricken because of we'll talk a little bit about it, Team Canada having fun at the speed skating. Like, they were posting reaction images, and I saw a bunch of them be like, you can't post this because you don't have copyright permission. And that might not just, it might be a Twitter thing. I don't think it's only Twitter, though, because when I worked in
No, they've been
news, it
getting
was like,
ripped.
you don't show it unless you are an NBC station, and even then, you gotta be careful. So I think it's stupid. However, I'm really enjoying how the NHL is playing because also, like, if you're gonna grow the game, like, you wanted to be a part of the biggest tournament in the world on this best stage, you know what I mean? And you're not able to share what's going on. I found out that what was his name? Ilya Malat
Yes, I know who you're
Malanin
talking about.
Malanin, that he crashed because of an ESPN article this morning. It happened last night, like 2 days ago.
Like, what are
I
we
was like,
doing?
"What do you mean he fell? Like, what happened?" And then it was like, "Oh yeah, he fell yesterday afternoon at 4 in the afternoon." Why is the article coming out this morning? So,
Yeah.
it's
My
dumb.
other thing is that they were claiming copyright strikes on people's own footage just because it was at the Olympics.
Ugh. Dear God, sorry that you got to go to the
Like,
Olympics.
people were literally posting their own footage. It was not like, "Oh, I'm taking a video of my TV screen." No, they're like, "I'm at the Olympic," because people
Yeah.
were posting practices for hockey and, like or whatever they were posting, and they were I understand for, like, the events,
Yeah.
but people were just posting videos of, like, oh my god, like the maintenance crews.
Oh.
And like, because people were cheering the maintenance crews on when they would do something, and those were getting removed for copyright. Like, it's their fucking footage. There has to be something when you buy a ticket, right?
Yeah.
That says, because when we go to conventions, when you buy your badges, often have like basically a clause in there saying that you participating in the convention and like being on the convention like grounds, you consent to having your photo posted by the convention.
Which is, yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Which is standard. And so I'm going to assume, but I haven't confirmed. Again, I've been super busy, but that's my assumption, is that that's why they're able to claim that, is that they would say something like, you are prohibited from taking photos. Cause that happens at private events all the time.
Yeah.
Like when you go to, like, you get like a press pass or like a VIP pass where you get invited as a content creator to something, they might say you can't post about this. It's, a pre-launch.
Yeah.
There's stuff under an NDA.
Yeah.
But I just don't get it. And so they must have something like that. But if you're not signing an actual NDA, how does that fucking work? You know what I mean? Like, it's just really gross. I hate this. We do this every 2 years where everybody is pissed off about how dog shit NBC and everything is, and the IOC is about not sharing shit.
Yeah.
It's global fucking games. And I understand that you want people to pay for it, but people aren't going to be interested in paying for it if they don't have any reason to engage with it. Like, most people in social media, like for example, I considered getting HBO Max for Heated Rivalry.
Yes.
And then you had it and I was like, all right, well, I'll wait off. But then the new Game of Thrones show came out.
Yes.
And it's like, how did I find out that show came out? Not by any of their fucking advertising.
Yeah.
I saw it from stupid TikToks. Like, making like fan compilations of like fan edits. And stuff like
Netflix got in trouble for that too, where they're like, your best way to promote something is always going to be word of mouth. So when you take away the word of mouth ability and then wonder why your ratings are down, I don't want to fucking hear it. Like,
yeah, like
they did it with Stranger Things. That's
your word of mouth.
Yeah. Like, you can't post a screenshot of the what's going on in the show because, air quote, spoilers.
Or they were taking down GIFs that people were making.
I think like oh my gosh, like the amount of shows that I have watched because I saw somebody else recommend it on a social media platform is maybe 95% of the shows that I've watched.
Yeah, almost all of the shows that I watch used to be like, people would make GIF sets of them on Tumblr, or they would do like live they would do like live blogging on
or edits.
Twitter. Yeah, or edits, or cool edits on TikTok, or we'd even back in the day it was YouTube or Vimeo or whatever. But like, that's how you got people into things. And I'm not saying that people should be able to take money off of that.
Yeah.
I get that part. You can claim the copyright.
Yeah.
Or it just can't be monetized. I understand that
and
part.
That's fun.
But that to me, it kind of falls under fair use. Like, I don't know. It's just weird because then these big corporations are allowed to take footage from people because it was I don't know. It's just scummy. It's just dumb. I hate it. It pisses me off. and they do this every fucking year.
Yeah. All right. Well, back to hockey. We are now a couple days into the men's tournament, and I don't know if you saw it. I think I sent it to you this morning, but Finland got 11 goals against Italy.
And 62 shots on goal.
Which is, I feel so bad for that poor goaltender tandem.
Apparently, someone was joking that, like, because people were saying, oh, well, not going easy on the host country, huh? And apparently it was their own fault because Finland and Sweden obviously hate each other. Like, that's the big, right? There is, USA and Canada is not a rivalry compared to Sweden and Finland. Yeah. We're talking on the national stage. So, like, apparently, it was a double whammy of, like, Finland winning, and then the goal differential, because it's not a round robin tournament. It's there's goal differential that points into the placement, and so then that also motivated them to just absolutely murder Italy because they wanted to make sure Sweden got screwed over.
Yeah, and there's been some talk about the team Finland. They were apparently really annoyed last year after Four Nations. Like the coaches were the players were with the coaching staff, to the point where they wanted to get Maurice to be their coach.
How are they allowed to do that?
They are allowed to do that. That has happened several times. I believe it's what is it?
Huh.
Yeah, they because you don't have to. Only the players have to be from the country. You don't have to have a coach that's for a country, which I don't.
That's kind of dumb.
No, I don't hate it.
You don't?
I don't.
That's kind of. I don't know. Like, I think, doesn't that kind of defeat the whole point? Like, to me, maybe not all the coaches, but your head coach should have to be.
Okay, interesting. This has happened quite a few times. I don't have the list in front of me, but yeah, it's not that uncommon for them to be like, yeah, actually, we don't want to deal with a Finnish coach. We want Paul Maurice. And I mean, admittedly, I don't think Paul Maurice would be a good coach for the Olympics. Just because of how his style. Yeah, exactly, his style.
That's what I'm saying. It's too aggressive.
So I don't know. I thought that was really funny that they were like, we actually don't want our coach that's currently coaching us, and then they go out and score 11 goals.
I just feel like you have to have some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of there needs to be something
genetics, genealogy.
No, because then we're gonna get into like eugenics on it. But like
fair.
just like, or like, oh well, my great, I don't want them to have to do DNA testing for people, but it's more like there should be something about like, oh, do you? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not the first time that they've had this conversation. He's not the coach. It's not the first time that they've had this conversation.
I guess it's just one of those. It doesn't violate the spirit of like it's supposed to be the best from your country. But then I guess you get into the question of like gymnastics coaches, like like if you
ice dancing coaches.
Apply that, if you then apply that to the Summer Olympics, so it really should only be. I don't know. Maybe I've talked myself out of it.
All right, and finally talking about the last of the Olympics thing for right now. Canada's power play unit, Saint, is the scariest thing in the world.
You just have to cry as a goalie, right?
Right.
Like
how do you defend against it? Because
you don't.
It's Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, Nate McKinnon, Macklin Celebrini, and Cale Makar. Like,
you don't.
What do you do?
You don't defend against it. You don't. That's the point, and that's why it was so funny when everybody was like coping seething about like, oh, we've got to think more defensively, blah blah blah.
You can't defend against that.
You can't defend against that. Well, no. They were talking that like the lines, because I believe it was kind of a dig at like Team USA, and it's like, yeah, but you don't need to think about defense in your offensive line if that offensive line is a fucking unit. Like, it's that crazy. You don't have to worry about it.
Well, like the
conversation, do have to worry about your defenseman, but
the conversation was the fact that Sid is on the third line, and people were like,
which is mind-boggling to me.
Sid Crosby shouldn't be on the third line, but then you also have Connor McDavid.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those scenarios if they were sheltering his minutes.
Yeah.
And so I get that.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm
just
not happy about it, but
insane also because Connor already has 6 points. Just fucking wild.
Absolutely wild.
And everybody, there's two things that I love watching on Twitter it's watching people that are not Oilers fans, but are Canadian. So they're actually watching Team Canada. Number one, people being surprised that Connor McDavid hits. He doesn't hit during the regular season. He doesn't have to. We actually have a really bad problem with not enough of our players hitting people in the regular season as an Oilers fan. However, that man turns on the jet engines in the playoffs. He's not afraid to hit people. Like that's not the
issue.
And people are like, Connor McDavid all of a sudden hits. He's filthy. And I'm like, he does this every season. Like he's saving himself for when it matters.
Yeah, because there's no point in having your star fucking player hitting people when you have Zach Hyman there. Like
exactly.
Zach Hyman's just gonna hit. Like, and then, what are you talking about?
And then you've got people who are like, it's just so shocking. Like, you guys watch Connor McDavid all the time. I'm like, Connor's doing Connor things on the Olympic ice, and I'm not even blinking because of course he's doing that. Like, that's my captain. I'm not even flinching. And everyone's like, holy cow, he's so fast. I'm like, yeah, we do this every time. So
that was so funny with Four Nations too, where people were like, "Man, you Oilers fans, fuck you! You get to see Connor McDavid all the
time." I'm so blessed to be an Oilers fan, even though they drive me absolutely batshit. All right, an update. I don't know if you saw this as well. Is the Gavin McKenna trial has been delayed till March. We said we were going to have an update because his hearing was supposed to happen on February 11th, and it has been delayed a month.
But he's still allowed to
He is still allowed to play. So, I don't know why they delayed it. I have not a clue. Maybe they needed to gather more evidence after the kid fucking lied.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is interesting. And finally, before we head into our advertising break, I know you didn't see this because you don't care about basketball, but there was an incredible incident at a game, and it really makes me appreciate how much I love hockey. So let's watch this.
Okay, let me see.
All right.
Oh, it's just like a hockey game.
Yep.
No, let him fight, ref. Let him fight. Let him fight. Let him fight.
And then we've got another one coming off the bench.
This is Battle of Florida all over again. Oh, they really going for it too. So is that security that's all in all?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Because there's a lot of people in all black, like all stage ninjas. Like,
yeah. So, I don't know what was said. I do know I saw this come across, and everybody on Twitter was like losing their minds over it. And I looked at this and I went, "That's just another normal scrum in front of the net when you get too close to the goalie. Like that's nothing. He pushed his face. Good God."
They don't have any padding.
They don't, and I will allow
which
that.
I do feel like impedes, like, you know what I mean? Like no padding is kind of makes that a little bit more serious.
Yep. But it was just very funny that like people were there was a suspension of 7 games for this. Like
7 games.
Yeah, like he was suspended for 7 games. there was like there were 4 suspensions. There was one that was 7, one that was 6. I think 3 and 3. I could be wrong. Again, I don't care about basketball. And I just looked at that and went like, what? Like I get that.
Like I get it. It's a different sport, but also, are you sure?
Yeah. But like, hello, and this is one of the reasons that hockey is the greatest sport in the world. I fucking love hockey. I love that they can get chippy just because, you know, you breathe wrong on their goalie. So
yeah,
I thought it was funny.
I understand that the level of bloodshed that would happen during, per se chance, a Sweden and Finland game, or the aforementioned Canada and USA games. Like, I get why they won't do it in the Olympics. However, it would be really, really
we are just going right back to 4 nations again.
Yeah, it would have been really fun.
Oh, yeah.
I understand, but I do like the fighting.
Yep. All right. Well, Saint, do we have a sponsor this week?
We do. Today's sponsor is St. Astra, a Twitch streamer, cosplayer, and artist who you can support her by purchasing from her Etsy or subscribing on twitch.tv/St. Astra. Use your free Prime sub and get access to awesome emotes. St. Astra's Etsy also sells a variety of jewelry, decorations, and trinkets. Everything is handmade and crafted with the perfect balance of love and spite. All proceeds go directly to the St. Astra hockey-related DIY fund.
All right, let's turn to our one-timer topic of the week, where we take one shot at the biggest story. Saint, this week's topic is we are just a few weeks away from it being the end of the season. And that means that the playoff brackets are coming.
So you sent this to me.
Yes, it is. If the cup started today, the playoffs started today.
And I went, no, because the Penguins are against the Islanders and we will.
You'll lose?
Yes, they are our kryptonite. We suck against them. They're the reason that we didn't go forward in previous playoffs. So I do not like this current bracket at all.
All right. So if looking at this right now, we've got the Avs versus the Ducks. I didn't realize that the Ducks had dropped all the way down. Yeah, I do hope they both explode. I didn't realize that they had dropped all the way down to the second wildcard spot.
Yeah, because they had
they were second for a while.
Yeah, that they had finally went against some good East Coast teams or whatever. Like that was the joke.
Yeah,
and they just kind of fell apart a little bit for a while there.
We also have the Wild versus the Stars. Yikes.
Yeah. I don't really know who wins that one right now, honestly.
I think it might be the Wild, honestly, in that one.
Oh, yeah.
I also in the Pacific we have Vegas versus Utah Mammoth. And hot take, I think the Mammoth takes that one. Because I don't think that the Knights are... We'll talk about this in one of our upcoming episodes of a super secret project. But I don't think that the Knights are as good as they are in the standings. Because of their the way they've won all of their games has usually been in overtime. So,
oh yeah, like if it wouldn't. So if we went to a 3-2-1 format, they wouldn't be like supremely affected by it.
yeah.
But it does, kind of beg the question of if they can maintain
Right,
that at all.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
We also then have the Oilers versus the Kraken. That would be the most toxic you ever see me. Poor B would suffer.
There's a sticker that I want to buy us. That is.
Sorry for what I said in playoffs.
Yeah, sorry for what I said during playoffs.
Yeah, and also the Oilers do kind of have the Kraken's number. Interestingly, we've talked about this before, but the Kings are not on this list.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess even with Fiala, they weren't in there.
But they do have Panarin.
Ken Holland Masterclass. Ken Holland Masterclass.
Yeah, they do have Panarin.
I mean, are they like out of contention, or is it
no?
Just, like,
it's just they're running for the wild card spot. Like that's what they're playing for right now.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
On the East Coast, we have the Lightning versus the Bruins,
which I think, based on what we saw at
Stadium Series,
yeah, that like there is a battle to be had there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will actually come down to reffing, because both teams are pretty high undisciplined, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would go. I think the Bruins had the Lightning's number until the reffing turned it around.
Yeah.
But in a playoff series, I think the people that are on the Lightning right now have more playoff experience overall than this current Bruins roster.
Agree.
And that may impact that.
Then we have the Habs versus the Red Wings.
I don't care. There's just nothing in this that I mean, funny. I always like it when Canadian teams win, unless it's against my team. Because I think I like to think
somebody has to break the curse.
It will not be the Habs. I refuse. They have enough cups. Just stop being greedy. They talk about that greed in the Bible, and you've had enough. However, I do like to imagine that it raises Bettman's blood pressure sky high. The more Canadian teams survive deeper into the playoffs. Like, I know that he was loving the ticket sales from the Oilers, but was like high key sweating that American team was going to lose. So yeah, that's my take on that.
All right. Next we have the Canes versus the Sabres.
So like I would not be able to afford the tickets because Buffalo shows the fuck up. Ever since they started doing well, it's been like, because it was never like empty.
All right.
But now it's like you're fighting for tickets. So yeah, I really hope the Sabres do it.
I think that they deserve to break. If we're breaking one curse this year, and it's not Canada, then it has to be the Sabres going to playoffs. Like, please, they deserve it.
Yeah, I'm good with, like, if we have to pick one, I am good with that one as well.
I'd be sad.
If it can't happen, it can't happen for us. But
and finally we have I don't know if you know this team, Saint.
I'm gonna kill you.
It's the Pittsburgh Penguins, I think is their name, versus the New York Islanders.
This upsets me so much. I don't want this. I don't want this, Your Honor. How can I need somebody who understands playoff math better than me, and can crunch the number. What do I have to root for to happen for this not to be the case? Is it, so we need to be, I need them to suck more, like the Islanders to suck more, because they are in the Metro 2 or Metro 3 and we're in Metro 2.
Yes.
I hate that that's a thing. By the way, again, fuck you, Gary Bittman, and your stupid playoff formats. It should be, if it was interesting, 8-1. But if you're gonna at least have it not be the fucking divisions versus divisions every goddamn year, it should just then default to, like, because of how the wild card system is once you're in the playoffs in your division, it should then go to the conference.
Yeah.
And then go matched up based on your ranking in the conference. That would actually have some kind of difference, so it's not the same teams over and over again. because they are our kryptonite. Schaefer,
now, if you want the Islanders to not be that spot, you would have to face the Blue Jackets or the Caps or something like. But Blue Jackets is the next spot for.
I don't think we're great with them either, but I think that they haven't killed us
in playoffs.
In playoffs, but to be fair, we haven't been in playoffs in a few years, and our team is different. I don't know if maybe we do better in these playoffs than we have in the past, just because it is new squad. Sure. I don't know.
Or I literally hopium. You know what I mean?
Hopium.
Like, just one last ride.
Yeah. Well, I don't even care if like the Islanders drop out of Metro 3, more so that they just drop into a wild card and somebody else pulls into the Metro spot.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate this.
I know, buddy.
There's no there's just no
you could really go first in your division. Here. Like that would be something that's nice.
There was a time period where I thought that we would never do that. Like even though we were doing well, but then I had looked, what was it the other day? Let me see standings.
The Hurricanes are at 78 points and you're at 70.
Yeah. We had that losing streak in December and then we had a couple losing games. So if they went on a bit of a losing streak,
you kept winning.
We kept winning. I don't think it's happening. I think that the standings, at least in the Metro, I would really like the home ice advantage. That's currently what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, so we don't have to go to fucking the Islanders.
But the Blue Jackets, I don't think anybody's really been talking about this, or if they haven't.
We talked a little bit. We talked about it a little bit.
No, about the Blue Jackets going on the 7-game winning streak.
And
we did talk about it a little bit.
That was after what's his name, their new coach.
Yeah. So like honestly, like both options are not great for us personally. Like between it being the Caps or the Jackets. I would rather be the Caps than anyone else.
It'd be entertaining.
Because I think it would be really, really, really entertaining. Like one last hurrah with Ovi and Gino and Sid would be really cool. And Tanger. But yeah, that would be my number one. The Blue Jackets, I think we've lost less against them than we've lost against the Islanders. But we don't have Jari now. So, and Jari was like, and I don't mean that in like I hate Jari way. I just mean that in like the Islanders, like he just kept collapsing against the Islanders here and there. So I don't know if maybe him not being our goalie may somehow magically help us out in that manner.
Sure.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
This sucks.
You know, there is something that to note on this, and I do think that this is going to happen, is the Panthers are not on this list.
So I was talking to my cousins about this, and they just have too many injuries. Like their big guys are just injured, and they were joking that all of these, because they were so happy that they'd gotten their core locked up, right? Like all these guys on short term, like locked in for like 5 years, 4 years, whatever. And then they all got injured.
Yeah.
And so my fear is what they're thinking is going to happen is that they're not going to make playoffs this year,
and then have a bounce back.
They're going to bounce back harder next year, and they have that protected pick, and this is a really good draft year. So
you can't keep doing this, Bettman.
That they're going to be like a top. They have like a
what if we
their draft pick is 10 is like or something like that.
Yeah.
So like that's the concern is that like they'll get a really good draft pick this year and then just bounce back next year when their guys are healthy. But there is a little bit of risk in that, which is that what if they don't get healthy?
Yeah.
Or they're not all their pieces are able to stay. Like, you know, that awkward time where like players will be hurt, but not enough to keep them out of playing.
Yeah.
And they have to keep playing.
Yeah.
So that is something that
Jack Hughes.
Do. Yeah. I could see that happening for the Panthers. But yeah, no, they're out. I think this year I don't think they necessarily want to be in. I think they want to be in playoffs because, you know,
you want to keep the
yeah, everybody wants to go to playoffs, but as we've discussed before, they've played the most hockey of any team.
Yes.
Because they've been in 3 finals in a row. And so this was just kind of a bound to happen scenario where they're just gonna not make it all the way every year. They have to have an off year and then they'll come back next year.
Also, one thing that I noticed is the fact that there's a lot of color on this. Remember last year was all red and blue? No, remember?
I mean, there's 3 red and 3 blue on the other side, on the eastern side.
But that's also their colors.
there was no Bruins or
Pens.
Did I skip last year? Yeah, there's no Pens. It was almost all just
red and blue.
Red and blue.
And then on the West Coast, we got the 2 green teams. Like, man, I don't know. There's a lot of narratives that could already be made just from looking at this, and I'm kind of hoping that this is the standard, what we expect to see coming up in April. April.
Oh my god,
brother.
Bro, what happened? Like, January took 20 years to endure, and then it was also like, oh, but February is done. It's like we're halfway through February. Yep. What happened?
Every year,
March, like we're gonna be in Edmonton, and then we're gonna be like, what's happening? And then the hockey. Like, oh man, but I like hockey. Okay.
All right, Saint. We did this one last year. Kind of similar situation where we talked about where we are going to sit for dinner. But this one is we are on a flight with Team Canada to Milan for the Olympics. Where are we sitting?
I feel like I really only have one choice here. Yeah, like I gotta go sit with Sid and his child.
The duckling. Okay. That's where you would sit. Interesting.
Well, okay, there's a few options, right? Because I feel like Marshy is fun to talk to.
All right.
Even if I don't like Reinhart, but apparently he's fine off the ice.
Sam Reinhart?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine.
So like I love Davo. I don't know if I could tolerate sitting next to Doughty. Jarvis and Suzuki would be fun.
Yep.
You could not pay me money to sit next to McKinnon and Makar. Even for a window seat, because I'm assuming like this is in order. So, I'd have to say, but like even for a window seat, it's not happening. I also don't I don't give a shit. Don't make me sit on the aisle seat if you're gonna ask me to get up all the time. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I usually pick the window. But yeah, I'm gonna go with one.
Okay. That's actually kind of the best of both worlds for you, is you get a window seat and then you get child and dad.
Yeah. Like
I would also argue, I think I would take, this is controversial, I think I would take seat 3.
You would enjoy sitting next to Marshy the most.
Because he would make time pass really fast. I love Connor. I don't think I could sit beside Drew Doughty. Like, I would just be like, your team fucking sucks. I hate the Kings. Your team is the worst.
And
he'd be like,
you.
Okay, that's fine. That's great. My other thought was that I would sit in seat 7 and just kick the back of Mark Stone's seat the entire time. Like, I don't have any issue with Tom Wilson because he's not in my division, but I think it'd be funny just to kick the back of Mark Stone's seat, and then maybe he would go on LTIR and leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Not sitting in seat 8.
No.
I'm not interested.
No.
I do think that Jarvie would also be a good seat. So my top 2 choice
Suzuki would be fun. Like, that would be fine.
Yeah. I think 3 or 6. And I say that because then you could also like lean over the back of the seat and go, "Hey Connor," or "Hey Sid, what's going on?"
Yeah, what's up? I would say
bitches.
I hate being in the middle. I'm also, as you know, I take what's called the Kovic special,
right?
Which is Dramamine and alcohol, and that's how and then I just nap and listen to like Quiet Rain lake noises, and like that's how I survive flights. So I feel like I think Sid has mentioned that he tends to be more of like quieter on flights. So I feel like especially if it's a long flight, that's how we'd survive, you know?
Yeah.
Like
just being in the same place with each other.
Yeah. Like I won't get up. Just wake me up when it's snack time and hand me my drink, and we'll all get along famously.
And then poor Celebrini.
We'd have fun. I would be entertaining because he could yap, and I would be good like to talk with him. Like he
could teach us about maxing. we would learn what maxing is. He'd be the hip lingo kid.
Yeah, I would either rage bait him or just like let him yap. I usually let kids yap. Like I'm usually just like, what? Tell me about your interests.
My interest is Sid Crosby, and you're like, dude, me too.
Me too. Wow, crazy.
All right, well, let's move into Sportsmanlike Conduct, where we spin the wheel to pick our team of the week, and no matter who it lands on, we have to say something nice and spread a little love on the ice. It was a shorter episode this week. There's been a lot going on, not a lot of real hockey.
Yeah, it's mostly Olympics that we can't watch or really reference without getting
in trouble. All right, let's see where we're going. All right, watch it be the Kings. That'd be funny. I was joking. Oh, no.
Wow. Oh, no. It was a team that we didn't talk at all about, actually.
Great.
Which is how it usually goes. It's either somebody we bitched about or somebody we didn't
even mention once. All right, this week's pick for our Sportsmanlike Conduct is the Ottawa Senators.
I
have one.
You do?
Yeah.
I like Linus Hallmark.
Yep. Okay, I had two. Yeah. Linus Hallmark is just one of our favorite goalies.
Yeah.
We got to get you out of we got to get you out of Ottawa, buddy.
And we got to get you out of Ottawa, buddy. And like, you know, yeah, they could be worse in terms of their uniforms too. Like I do like
the solid black
the
is
logo.
Nice.
Yeah, the solid black is nice. And I do like the logo. I think that's
that
cool.
was mine.
We talked about
mine was the logo.
Oh, yours was the logo. Yeah, I like the branding about it too. Like it is cool. I wish they did a little bit more with it. But I do like it. I think it's cool.
I also I like to hate their mascot. That stupid fucking lion. Spartacat is a good name. He could be so much better.
Yeah, I maintain that it would be like it should be a dual mascot scenario where it's Spartacat and then like
a senator,
a Roman senator. Yeah, and he's like, and they could do little bits with it. I do also appreciate that they saw the heated rivalry popularity and shot their shot, which was that they had their like Rosanov and Hollander jerseys being sold in the team's store like as soon as they could. I thought that was so fun.
Were they the ones that invited Scott Hunter to the game? I think they were. Either that or it was the Hobbs.
A couple teams have been like a couple of the actors in the show have been like on to a couple different arenas, like invited and or
Kip was in the Vancouver. Yeah. So
yeah. So yeah, I
also don't hate Claude Giroux. But I also
I don't hate Claude Giroux.
I didn't have a vendetta against him that the Pens fans do. I'm so sorry, Dad, if you're listening to this. I didn't care about Claude Giroux when he was part of the Flyers.
I mean, when he was a Flyer, he made the rivalry really interesting. I think so. I have to give him that.
Yeah.
And so losing him to the Senators for that purpose was kind of hard. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode, folks. We really appreciate you listening through all of our rants and ramblings. The Puck Witches podcast is released on Spotify and our YouTube channels, and you can join the Night Witches Discord via the link below to talk about the episodes directly, as well as enjoy our other channels. It's full of gaming, hobbies, and good vibes.
Make sure you're following us over on Twitch, and if you want to support us with a Twitch Prime on either or both of our channels, you get access to cute emotes and extra channel points. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky for updates.
And lastly, don't forget to check out Saints Etsy or subscribe on Twitch. Also consider dropping a like on this episode. We love you all and hope the hockey season is treating you well. Champ and Saint, signing off.
Stay witchy.